Hello guys! Narito na naman tayo sa isang edition ng Teleksyon. Sana ay nakakain na kayo bago tayo magsimula sa ating bagong aralin. Kung wala pa kayo naihandang pagkain para sa agahan, meron akong mga suggestions para sa inyo. May napansin ba kayo sa mga pagkaing isinasuggest ko para sa inyo? Tama! Ang mga pagkain na ito ay mga processed foods. At ito ay ating mga Filipino favorites. Gusto nyo bang matutunan kung paano gumawa ng mga processed foods katulad nito? Nangangailangan tayo ng mga sumusunod. That is correct. We will need the tools and equipment in making these processed foods. And that will be our lesson for today. Tara na mga kateleksyon! Magsimula tayo sa ating lesson. This is your teacher, Mrs. Arlene A. Valenzuela. Our lesson is about select tools and equipment, utensil, and instruments. Every equipment, tool, and utensil that are purchased are accompanied with a manual. This manual is containing specifications as to how they are used, manipulated or operated, cared for, and stored to lengthen their serviceability. Our lesson is about equipment, tools, and utensils. Uses of specifications. When using any equipment, tool, or device, it is important to read and understand the manufacturer's specifications. In order to properly or accurately use or manipulate them and prevent any accident that may occur due to ignorance or lack of information pertaining to their correct usage. This manual contains, number 1, important safeguards or basic safety precautions to follow when using the device, like a pressure cooker, for instance. Secondly, warning labels which serve as a reminder to the user to read and follow instructions on the proper use and operation of a certain device, equipment, or tool. A manual also contains, number 3, dimensions, weights, and capacities, as in the case of cookers, broilers, and steamers. Number 4 is very important. You should read this from the manual. This is the instructions on caring for the equipment, tool, or utensil. Before using a new appliance or device, read the instruction on the correct usage of this device. You can find this also in the manual. familiar with all the information pertaining to food processing, equipment, tools, and devices result to systematic, orderly, and accurate accomplishments of tasks. Class, our next stop is equipment, tools, and utensils in food processing and their uses. Our first equipment for food processing is very important. This is refrigerator and freezer. Freezer is used in maintaining the freshness of raw materials. Raw materials like meat, fish, poultry, and the likes. Let us have the difference between a freezer and a refrigerator. Freezer is an appliance or room used to store food or other perishable items at temperature below 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. On the other hand, refrigerator is a household appliance used for keeping food fresh by just refrigeration. So if you are going to store vegetables and fruits, you can store them in a refrigerator. Here are the different kinds of freezer. Our next equipment is gas range or oven. It provides necessary heat in cooking foods. If you don't have gas range or oven, you can use any kind of stove that will provide heat in cooking foods. Pressure cooker is used to process food or fish packed in hermetically sealed container to a high controlled temperature and pressure for a certain period of time. Hermetically? This means is a way that is completely airtight. Meat grinder. This is used to grind the meat into smaller pieces. Smokehouse is used in resting the fish or meat with smoke. Now that I gave you the equipment used in food processing, let us now have the tools and devices. Measuring cup. Measuring cup for liquid is used to measure ingredients in liquid form. On the other hand, measuring cup for dry is used to measure dry ingredients. Measuring spoon is used to measure small quantities of ingredients. Thermometer is used to measure how high or low the temperature. Salinometer is used to measure the pH level and degree of salinity or brine strength of a solution. Refractometer is used to measure the sugar content of sap. Graduated cylinder is used to measure the volume of liquids. Beaker is used for measuring liquids or solution. Weighing scale is used to weigh raw materials and other ingredients. Utensils and other materials. Knife is used for cutting fish, meat, or other ingredients. Strainer is used to strain or separate liquids away from other ingredients. Chopping board is where fish or meat are cut, sliced, or minced. Earthen pots. These are used in storing the salted products. Salted products like fish or egg. Our next tool is grater. Grater is used to grate or shred vegetables, cheese, and lemon rind. These are samples of ingredients used in food processing. Are you familiar with the fish in the picture? That's correct. Ito ay tinapa. Our next tool is dinarayan. Dinarayan is a smoking tray made of wood. Ito ang ginagamit kapag nagpapausok ng tinapa. Oil drum is used as a container to keep salted fish during process. Next, let us have the possible defects of equipment, tools, and utensil in food processing. Checking the condition of the equipment, tools, and utensil is necessary to prolong its life. It should be checked, identified, and recorded. In our next slides, I will show you the different possible defects of the equipment, tools, and utensil.
Types of equipment, tools, and utensils. Number 1. Gas range or stove. Damage or defect observed. Leak on hose, corroded plates. Number 2. Refrigerator or freezer. Corroded parts, damage on motor. Number 3. Meat grinder. Corroded parts, entangled plug. Number 4. Smokehouse. Corroded parts, broken parts. Pressure cooker for number 5. Malfunctioning of pressure gauge, leak or loose thread knobs. It's time for tools and devices. Number 1. Thermometer. Broken, inaccurate reading. Number 2. Measuring cups. Broken, crack, leak. Number 3. Refractometer. Inaccurate reading or broken. Weighing scale for number 4. Loose thread parts, inaccurate reading. And for number 5, beaker. Crack or broken. It's the time you get noticed. Utensils and other materials. Number 1. Knives. Broken or corroded. Number 2. Chopping board. Crack or with stain. Number 3 is strainer. Broken or with rust. Number 4. Earthen pots. Broken or with leaks. And last but not least, Denarian. Broken.
Here is the activity sheet you are going to accomplish for week 1 in food processing. I will explain to you the different tasks in this activity sheet so you can answer them correctly. For your first activity, this is task number 3. You are going to encircle the words that are associated in kitchen equipment, tools, and utensils. You're going to answer this in this activity sheet. I have an example for you, so you can answer this correctly. For your task number 4, this is a KW activity. You are going to answer the corresponding questions for K and W. For letter K, what do you know about the tools, instruments, utensils, and equipment in food processing? Sa K na question, pwede kayong magbigay ng mga alam nyo o familiar kayong tools, utensils, instruments, and equipment na ginagamit kapag nagpe-prepare ng pagkain. For letter W question, what do you want to know about the tools, instruments, utensils, and equipment in food processing? Ano ba yung gusto nyong malaman sa mga tools, utensils, instruments, and equipment sa food processing? Dito nyo yan ilalagay. Next, for your task number 5, look for what is in page 4. Okay, this is the directions. Write the name of the tools, instruments, utensil, or equipment shown in the pictures. Again, you can find the pictures in page 4. I have an example for you in number 1. So you can answer this activity correctly. Good luck! For your task number 7, write true if the statement is correct. and if false, if the statement is incorrect. But it does not stop there. If your answer is false, copy the word or words that made the statement incorrect. Then write the correct word or words, meaning you will look for the word or words that made the sentence or statement wrong. Example, oil pot is used as container of fish during the salting process. The answer should be false because of the word pot. The right word is drum because oil drum is the one used as container of fish during salting process. I hope you understood the directions. Next, for task number 8. Directions. Complete the needed data or info. On the first column of the table, you will find the equipment, tools, and utensils. There are 10 of them. On the second column, you are going to write their uses. On the third column, you are going to write the defects that may be observed. For example, in number 1, refrigerator. Used for keeping foods fresh by refrigeration. And defect that may be observed, corroded parts, damage on motor. So again, we're going to write the uses and the defect that may be observed in the listed tools, equipment, or utensil. Good luck! Next, for task number 9, directions. Identify the following. So you're going to read the statements carefully, then identify what is described. For example, in number 1, it is a device used to measure the strength of brine solution. You're going to write on the space before the number, what is it? Did you understand? Good luck! For your task number 10. So in the picture is a house with 5 parts. You're going to write your answers in those 5 parts with numbers. Directions. You're going to list down 5 kitchen tools, utensils, or tools or equipment you have in your house. So kung ano yung meron kayo sa bahay na tool, equipment, utensil, or instrument, magbigay kayo ng 5, yun yung ilalagay nyo roon sa parts na naroon sa bahay, na nasa drawing. And then, write how you can take care of these items. So, paano nyo sila pangangalagaan at paano sila magagamit ng ligtas. At ano yung mga paraan na pwede mong gawin upang magamit mo pa ng mas matagal ang mga kagamitan na inilagay mo na meron kayo sa bahay. Sana naunawaan ang panuto. Again, ang ilalagay nyo lamang ay 5 na meron kayo sa bahay na kitchen, tool, utensil, instrument, or equipment. For your last task, task number 11. You are going to write your reflections for this lesson. You're going to write what you understood and what you realized. That's all for now. See you again mga ka-teleksyon para sa susunod nating lesson. Good luck!